and you are in Spain at a web conference and hiking over the Sierra Nevada. You enjoy the nature. You are wearing a backpack with a craft patch, and then you lose your balance on the descent and slide several meters down. So you're lying on the ground. Someone approaches you, taps you on the shoulder and asks, "Are you okay? I'll help you right away, but I need to know from you, what is the secret behind SEOmatic? And how did you come to develop this plugin?"
I love it. I love the setup. I can picture me laying up there just looking up at the person going, "Oh, God, really? I got to go through this just to get help? This is crazy." So in the process of doing that website for my friend, first of all, I didn't know what I was doing in terms of how long it would take to do some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And, so it was laughable, the amount that I quoted him for doing it. But I also immersed myself really deeply into a number of topics like performance and SEO. Yeah. And I was actually surprised, when I looked around and like a lot of other web developers at the time were just like, we don't really care about performance. Like if it works, good, ship it, Yeah. And that was just not the mentality that I came from in terms of the type of development that I had been doing. But anyway, I did a whole lot of research on SEO, wanted to help him get that site well indexed and all that kind of good stuff. And I went super deep into the topic, and I learned and did more than was reasonable for this project. Like I did all sorts of crazy stuff for making this SEO as awesome as it possibly could be. Even to the point of I was using JSON LD before anyone had ever really, outside of a certain group of people, before most web developers had ever even heard of it, And when I started using Craft, I brought over the skills that I knew, and I tried replicating them. And it ended up being really, using Craft's templating, you can do it, but it sucks. Like it really sucks to have to do a lot of this stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
And especially things like the twig, the way the inheritance works, like you have to do all sorts of weird stuff. But the biggest thing that I found that was problematic was that I would bring some templates over and I would start the new site with all of this stuff. But then when I came up with a better way to do something, or I added some kind of, maybe a new, Google came out with a new feature or whatever, to go back and then to try to backport all of this stuff to every site that I worked on was just an absolute nightmare. And it was at that point that I decided that I was going to write a plugin to do this so that I did not have to do this over and over again. And that's kind of where it came from. So I guess the magic, like most, like this person is asking me while they're letting me die in the Sierra Nevada, it came out of an itch that I needed to scratch, which I think is very common for lots of developers when they're building something. It's an area that they know very well, so they know the opportunity is there, and it's something that you're going to benefit from yourself, and you have a pretty good idea that it's also going to be something a lot of other people would benefit from as well.
Yeah.